So, I want to call this little segment pelvic floor, Mula Bandha, or ways to have better sex. So, Mula Bandha, right? And there's three bandhas in yoga. It's Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and Jalandhara Bandha. So, Jalandhara Bandha is not used throughout, let's say, the whole yoga practice. But Mula and Uddiyana Bandha, you can literally use it throughout the whole practice. Now, one thing I didn't like about Ashtanga Yoga is that sometimes they make you over-engage Mula Bandha, and so this would prevent you from breathing with your diaphragm. Although they would tell you otherwise, my sentiment is that it would not help you breathe with your diaphragm, right? So, what you want to do with Mula Bandha, and believe me, I don't have the perfect explanation with it, but you just want to lightly engage the pelvic floor. You want to bring the navel towards the spine, and you want to continue to breathe quite rhythmically, but without letting go of the abdomen, right? So the abdomen is your seat belt. So if I do tuck it in or let it out, you see the difference in my body structure, right? So my friend Frankie asked me to do a little segment on the pelvic floor. And so since the pelvic floor is so closely related to Mula Bandha, I thought it would explain a little bit of both. So how do you engage this Mula Bandha? Generally, you just push the navel back towards the spine, lift the pelvis up a little bit, right? And kind of gently tuck the pelvic floor without stopping yourself from breathing naturally. So, the part where better sex comes along. There's actually this Chinese Kung Fu master, believe it or not. He pushes trucks by tying ropes around his genitals, and he could push the truck with his genitals. So why does he do this? Part of it is the benefits that it does in strengthening his pelvic floor, or in this case, his Mula Bandha, right? So, I'm going to give you just a few tricks you can enhance your pelvic floor. Oh, and by the way, for the ladies, if you have leaky bladders or problems with your bladder, you can rectify these things just by practicing lifting and contracting your pelvic floor. Generally, lifting and contracting your Mula Bandha. So, one exercise, a very simple exercise. You just put your hands on the lower abdomen and you pretend you're on a bus, let's say Montreal to New York, and there's no toilets for miles, and for some reason there's no toilet on the bus, yeah? So what you want to do is with every inhale, you lift the pelvic floor. So what's the pelvic floor? It's that area that prevents you or blocks the flow of urine from going to the washroom, and if you're at a dinner party and you ate something a bit gassy, prevents you from farting, right? So, and you let it go. And you could do it like 3 sets of 10, but just for the video we'll do 2 more, okay? So you inhale, you hold it in. Exhale. Third one, inhale, hold it in. Exhale. So again, for the video, I only did 3, but try and do 3 sets of 10 every day. Another thing you can do to engage your Mula Bandha and to engage your pelvic floor is lift the hands, right? And lift the arms. So as you're lifting the arms, make sure that they're not droopy. Really lift and push the fingers towards the sky. And so as the arms are lifting, feel that there's a lining of muscle going all the way down to the arms, all the way to the pelvic floor and the abdomen, again engaging Mula Bandha and keeping a rhythmic breath. So now what you want to do is every time you point the fingers, you engage this area. You hold in the pelvic floor and you hold in the gases and the urine flow, right? And you let go a bit. Let's do 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. And 1. Inhale. Exhale. Another one I like is you bend your knees and you get that same motion going. You push back the shoulders and you lengthen the arms. So again, we'll go for 4. You push up. Exhale. For 3. Exhale. For 2. Exhale. And for 1. Exhale. Perfect. So by now you feel some tightness here. It's really working, and you want to feel that the testicles, or your vagina if you will, is pulling in towards your body. I know this subject is a little bit touchy, but it's very important that you understand. So you're almost getting a lift. So there's muscles there that are working, and so can give you a fuller erection, could prevent leaky bladder or problematic situations for women, and it could make them feel more pleasurable. It can make your vagina generally feel more pleasurable in bed. So, I'm just going to give one more exercise, right? For your pelvic floor and for your Mula Bandha. So here you want to push the shoulders back, lift, and it's a very easy exercise. You bring the hands on the floor and you just lift the buttocks. And as you're lifting the buttocks, make sure that the pelvic floor is lifting, that your genitals are pushing towards you, and you lower. Let's go for 4, lift, 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 and lower. For 3, for 2, and for 1. If you find any of these exercises too hard, or it's inconvenient to do them, you can even do it sitting down. So let's say I'm in the car driving. Again, you concentrate on your stomach and you lift. So pretend that you're holding in your urine, you're holding in your gases, and you let go. And you do this a few more times. So let's do it 2 more times. Inhale, hold it in. Exhale, let it go. And 1 more time. Inhale, let it in. Exhale, let it go. And there you go. You should feel your pelvic floor. You should feel your Mula Bandha. And you should be on your way to having a better sex life in no time. So, I did the exercises maybe 3-4 times because I don't want to bore you in the video. Try doing 2-3 sets of 10, at least every couple of days. And please let me know what happens. And so, namaste. I love you guys very much. I was a little bit shy doing this video because it's a bit of a touchy subject. But tell me what you think.